In last class or in last video, we discussed about dicot seed, structure of dicot seed. Now, we shall study the structure of monocot seed by taking example maize. The scientific name of maize is Gia maize. The maize, strictly speaking, a fruit. It is not a seed or a grain because it is the fruit of family Fabaeace. It is having seed coat. Hence, it is fruit wall and seed coat, you can say. That's why it is fruit. Biologically speaking, caryopsis. Caryopsis is one-seeded, dry, indigent fruit of the family Fabaeace. Example, jawar, finger millet, we call ragi, wheat, maize, all of them are fruits. But now ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಗ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂತ, ಕಾಳು, ಜೋಳ ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಜ್ಜೆ. Now let us study the structure of maize seed. If we take longitudinal section of the maize seed examined, it shows the following details of the structure. It is covered by the fruit wall, actually. The fruit wall and the seed coat, they are closely fused. They cannot be easily separable. The fruit wall and the seed coat are closely fused. Okay. It shows large endosperm. The upper part is the endosperm, which is large. Store the reserve food material. If we examine carefully, in between the endosperm and cotyledon, there is a layer which is called aleurone layer. The cells of the aleurone layer contain protein. Hence, This layer is called protein layer. Okay, see the diagram. The seed contains only one large shield-shaped cotyledon, which is called scutellum. So what is scutellum? Scutellum is nothing but the cotyledon. How many cotyledons are there? Only one, because the maize is a monocot. Then we find the embryonal axis. The embryonal axis consists of plumule and radicle. The plumule is at the top, which later on develops into shoot system. The plumule is protected by a sheath-like structure called coleoptile. Actually, it is present in the form of a cap-like structure, which protects the growing tip or apical meristem. Similarly, the radicle at the lower part is protected by a sheath called coleorhiza. Monocot seeds usually contain or normally contain the endosperm, but the orchid seed do not contain endosperm. Such seeds are called X-albuminous seeds or non-endospermic seeds. Okay, that's all about structure of monocot seed. See the diagram now. Endosperm is there in the first diagram. Then embryo is visible. In LS, you can see seed coat and the fruit wall. Fruit wall outermost layer. The next one is seed coat actually. Next to this we come across alluron layer, a single layer. Inside this alluron layer, we can see the endosperm. Endosperm is large. Then we come across scutellum or the cotyledon. Then we have plumule. Above the plumule, you can see the coleoptile. At the base, radicle is there, protected by coleorhiza. So that's all about the diagram of maize seed. Okay. Now we shall pass on to the next core topic. Next topic is actually the study of families. How to study a family or a plant means there is a procedure. A family or a plant can be described or its character explained in many steps, starting from habit to floral diagram. A family or a plant can be studied by vegetative characters and also by its floral characters. Say, for example, first, root system. What is the root system? Whether tap or fibrous root system. Then the stem. How about stem? Whether it is cylindrical or angular or fistular, like that. Then after the stem, we have studied the root system. Then the leaves. Whether the leaves are simple or compound, stipulate or exstipulate. Under compound, which type of compound leaves? What is the shape of the leaf? What about the margin of the leaf? The surface of the leaf? The apex of the leaf? Like that. Phyllotaxy we study. That's all about vegetative characters. How we are going to study a family with the floral characters? We study the inflorescence. Which type of inflorescence? Whether cymose, racemose, or special type of inflorescence. Then flower. Whether the flower is got a pedicel or not. Bisexual or unisexual. Actinomorphic or zygomorphic. Pentamerous or tetramerous. Complete or incomplete. Hypogynous or epigynous flower. We study the flower for all these characters. Then each floral parts, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, fruit, floral formula, and floral diagram. In this way, we systematically study. Calyx, whether the sepals are, how many sepals are there, whether free or fused, that is gamosepalous or polysepalous, what type of estivation is there, corolla, how many petals are there, what is the color, whether they are free or fused. Then we study the androecium, the male reproductive whorl. Under androecium, we study the stamens. How many stamens are there? Whether they are free or fused in a bundles. Epipetalous, polyandrous, like that we study. Even the anthers, dithecous or monothecous, basifix or dorsifix, we study. Then we study the gynoecium. What about gynoecium? How many corpels are there in the ovary? Bi, uni, or tri, tetra. How many locules are there? What type of placentation is there? We study. Then the fruit we study. The type of fruit, whether it is a fleshy fruit or a dry fruit, aggregate fruit or a compound fruit, like that we study. Then we study the floral formula of the plant or the family. And lastly, floral diagram. Okay. In this way, a family or a plant is studied in systematic way from habit to floral diagram. Okay. Then how we are going to represent? What is the floral formula? What is floral diagram? Floral formula is nothing but numerical and symbolic representation of floral parts. Numerical representation means how many sepals are there, how many petals are there, how many stamens are there, how many carpels are there. With the symbol, okay. Floral diagram. If we write the floral formula diagrammatically, then it becomes floral diagram. The diagrammatic representation of floral formula is called floral diagram. Okay, these two are very important for 1 mark question. Now we shall see how all these parts are represented. I have shown some, not all. For example, calyx is written K, corolla symbol C, androecium symbol A, gynoecium symbol G. Gynoecium nalle superior ovary we put underline below the G. If the ovary is inferior, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಾರು ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಇನ್ಫೀರಿಯರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ವೆದರ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಈವನ್ ಬೈಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ರೆಫರ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್. ಆಕ್ಟಿನೋಮಾರ್ಫಿಕ್ if the flower is regular. Zygomorphic percentage ಥರ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, in this way we describe technically, we call taxonomic terms or language. Okay, next we shall study the family. The first family is the family Fabaeace. The family Fabaeace formerly was known as Leguminosae. Why the name Leguminosae? Because of characteristic fruit, legume. ಹಲಸಂದಿಕಾಯಿ, ಹೆಸರುಕಾಯಿ, ಬೀನ್ಸ್, ಬಟಾಣಿ ಕಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನ legume, a type of dry fruit, dehiscent fruit. But according to International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, all the family name must end with AC. Hence, the name Leguminosae changed into Fabaeace. The family Fabaeace is one of the biggest family among dicots. It consists of three subfamilies actually. Subfamily Papilionaceae, subfamily Schizoalpinaceae, subfamily Mimosaceae. But in your textbook, discussed under one heading, family Fabaeace. Actually, we are studying the family, subfamily Papilionaceae. Okay, now we shall study distribution. Distribution means where we come across the members of this family. If we examine the distribution of plants, the members of this family are found distributed all over the world, called cosmopolitan in distribution. It means members are found in India, in Europe, in Africa, in Australia, in all the continents. Okay. Next, we shall examine the vegetative characters. Before studying the family, we must know at least some plants belonging to this family. The family Leguminosae or the family Papilionaceae is pulses family, because all pulses yielding plants belongs to this family. Example: hesaru, uddu, halsandi, soybean, batani, ಹುರುಳಿ, ಕಡಲೆ ಕಾಳು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು, all of them belong to this family. Okay. Now, with this background, let us study the vegetative characters. Habit. What is the habit? The members are mostly herbs or shrubs or even trees. Some are climbers. Herbs, many plants are herbs. Groundnut, kadlakai gida, herb. Togiri, kadle gida, Bengal gram, herb. Some of them are shrubs also there. And others are trees. Some plants are climbers. Pea plant is there. Pisum sativum. So once again, habit, plants are mostly herbs, shrubs, trees, or even climbers. What about the root system? The root system is taproot system, because it is dicot family. The taproot system of this family, Fabaeace or Papilionaceae, contains or shows root nodules. ಗಂಟುಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ ಬೇರಲ್ಲಿ. The root nodules contain nitrogen-fixing bacterium called rhizobium, which can fix atmospheric nitrogen directly. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಈ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ, ಕಡಲೆ ಗಿಡ, ಶೇಂಗಾ ಗಿಡ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಹಾಕಿದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. The soil becomes more fertile. Okay, because of nitrogen fixing bacteria. Next, leaves. If we examine the leaves may be simple or compound. mostly compound. Leaves are stipulate, means stipules present. If we examine the leaf base or the petiole, at the base it is swollen. An important character of family Fabaeace. Swollen leaf base is called pulvinous leaf base. ನೀವು ನೋಡಿ ಹುರುಳಿ, ಹೆಸರು, ಹಲಸಂದಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೀಫಿನ ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಗಂಟಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದಪ್ಪ ಅನ್ನೋದು. Pulvinous leaf base. How the leaves are arranged? The leaves are arranged in alternate manner. We call it as alternate phyllotaxy. The venation is reticulate. If you examine pea plants, in pea plants, the leaflets, terminal leaflets are modified into tendrils, which helps in climbing. Okay. That's all floral characters, vegetative characters. Now we shall discuss the floral characters. Coming to the inflorescence, mostly it is racemose type. Racemose means older flowers at the base and younger flowers at the top. Okay. Then, if we examine the flower, if we dissect out the flower, flowers are pedicellate, stalk is present, bracteate, bract is also present, bisexual, both androecium and gynoecium present, zygomorphic. Flower can be cut into two equal parts in one plane, only one plane. Such flowers are called zygomorphic flowers. Position of the ovaries, superior. The flowers are hypogynous. The petals and sepals are in multiples of 5, pentamerous. And complete. Complete means calyx is present, corolla is present, androecium is present, and gynoecium present. Okay. Very important characters, zygomorphic. Calyx. If you examine the sepals are 5 in number. They may be free or gamosepalous. May be fused. Estivation is valvate or imbricate. Next, if you examine the corolla, petals are 5, free, polypetalous, papilionaceous, a very important characteristic feature of the family. ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ನ ಫ್ಲವರ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲಿಯೋನೇಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲಿಯೋನೇಷಿಯಸ್ ಕರೋಲಾ, butterfly type of corolla. If you examine the petals are 5 in number. All the 5 petals are free. The posterior petal is big, called standard petal. The 2 lateral petals are smaller, called wing petals. The innermost 2 petals are still smaller and fused form a boat-like structure called keel petals. This is butterfly type of corolla. One standard petal, two wing petals, and two keel petals. The estivation is vexillary. Another important character of family or descending imbricate. Okay, most important characteristic feature or silent feature of the family. Andesium, stamens 10, maybe in one bundle, monodal or maybe in two bundle, diadelphous. Anthus dithecus. If we examine the gynoecium, ovary is superior, means flowers are hypogynous. Monocarpillary, only one carpel is there. See the diagram. Trace of ovary. Unilocular, only one chamber is there, with many ovules on marginal placentation. This is the most important characteristic feature of the family Papilionaceae or Fabaeace. What about fruit? Fruit is legume or pod. Pod means few seeded legume is called pod. ಕಡಲೆಕಾಯಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಟ್ ಒಂದು ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 3 ಸೀಡ್ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಪಾಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಹೊಂಗೆ ಗಿಡ ನೋಡಿರಿ, ಹೊಂಗೆಕಾಯಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಸೀಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಪಾಡ್. ಕಡಲೆಕಾಯಿ. Floral formula for this you refer text. Now the floral diagram you refer the diagram. Next, economic importance. What is the economic importance of this family? As I already told you, this family is economically very important because the plants yield pulses. All pulses yielding plants belong to this family. Some plants yield oil, even medicine, fibers, dye, fodder. Fodder andre hullu. I will discuss some plants. Green gram, ಹೆಸರು. Scientific name, Phageolus radiatus. Black gram, uddu. Phageolus mungo. Bengal gram, Scissor aeratinum. ಕಡಲೆ ಕಾಳು. Tur dal, Cajanus cajan. ತೊಗರಿ, ಕ್ಯಾಜಾನಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಜಾನ್. ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಹುರುಳಿಕಾಳು. ಡಾಲಿಕಾಸ್ ಬೈಫ್ಲೋರಸ್. ಸೋಯಾಬೀನ್, scientific name Glycine max. Pea, Pisum sativum. All these plants are rich in protein. ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾರು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಳೆಗಳನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್, ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಟ್, ಕಡಲೆಕಾಯಿ. ಕಡಲೆಕಾಳಲ್ಲ, ಕಡಲೆಕಾಯಿ. Scientific name is Arachis hypogea. From the seed of this plant, the oil is obtained called groundnut oil, used as edible oil for culinary purpose. ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಡೈ, ಬ್ಲೂ ಡೈ, ಇಂಡಿಗೋಫೆರಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸನೆಮ್, ಕೆನಾಬಿಸ್ ಸಟೈವಾ, ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ಹಗ್ಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೆನಾಬಿಸ್ ಸಟೈವಾ ಎಟ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. more than 30 40 important plants belongs to this family. Okay, these scientific names are very important for the neat examinations. See the diagram. Habit. ಇದು ಪಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇಂದು ಪೈಸಮ್ ಸಟೈವಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ನೋಡಿ. ಲೀಫ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್, ಟರ್ಮಿನಲ್ ಲೀಫ್ಲೆಟ್ಸು ಮಾಡಿಫೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಟೆಂಡ್ರಿಲ್, ಲೀಫ್ ಟೆಂಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಫ್ಲವರ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಬಿ ಪ್ಯಾಪಿಲಿಯೋನೇಷಿಯಸ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್, ಅದು ಬೋಟ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ದಿ ಬಿಗ್ ಪೆಟಲ್, ಡಿಸೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್, ಬಿಗ್ ಪೆಟಲ್, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಪೆಟಲ್, ಟೂ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್, ವಿಂಗ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್, and innermost two petals, keel petals. See the androecium, monoadalpus, stamens 10 ಒಂದೇ ಬಂಡಲಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಗೈನೀಷಿಯಮ್ ovary style stigma ಇದೆ. And also you see the floral diagram. Okay, that's all about this family. It's very important for NEET or CET examination. Thank you. Thank you once again.